Ranking every Kanye song from least favorite to most favorite. I am only going to rank songs from his solo albums, so singles such as Wash Us in the Blood, HH, Lift Yourself, and Cousins are not going to be included. I am gonna include bonus tracks, but not those Donda Part 2 songs. If you want to see how I would rank the skits, I'm not doing that. Now, the main reason why I'm making this video is because I saw other people rank Kanye songs, and most of the videos I watched were good, but the rankings themselves were so bad. I would call them ass, but ass is great. These lists weren't.
Number 126, Roses.
Devil in a New Dress is not one of the stronger moments on Twisted Fantasy.
Ultralight beat.
My list is better, trust me. Television, a disrespectful Pop Smoke tribute that is so lazily put together that it is honestly on par with some of the worst tracks from X's posthumous albums. Drunk at Hot Girls, See You in My Nightmares, the worst ever singing in any Kanye song. Pinocchio Story, the second worst singing in any Kanye song. Part 2, it's just a bad remix of a song that nobody even listens to anymore. Barry Bonds, trash. I Thought About Killing You, boring. Guilt Trip, Remote Control, one of his worst choruses. Okay, one of his most boring choruses. Junior, one of his most annoying choruses. Close on Sunday, stupid. Everything We Need, forgettable. Water, Hold My Liquor, it's a mess. Donda, Hands On, New Again. I like the gospel parts, but the rest of the track is just bad. Every Hour, not trash, but it's too short and lyrically repetitive. Follow God, good beat, but a very lazy verse. Robocop, it's way too overly poppy and cheesy for me. Waves, there's something about Chris Brown's voice that just pisses me off. I Am a God, it's such a nothing burger. God Breathed, it had the potential to be good, but it ended up being disappointing. Never Abandon Your Family, good message, messy execution. Fade, Jesus is Lord, another nothing burger. I'm In It, great features, but Kanye ruins the song. Up From the Ashes, Frank's track, he's just interpolating the exact same melody as the one in Wolves. It would have been much better if he brought in a fresh and original melody. Good Life, it's not bad, but it sounds so stuck in the past. One of the worst aged songs on Graduation. Say You Will, I like the passionate chorus, and the instrumental that interpolates a heart beeping monitor is very interesting, though the track doesn't really go anywhere in its lengthy runtime. Freestyle 4, the song could have been an amazing banger, but it wasted that chance to become one, as it ends up feeling more like a brief interlude. Bad News, I adore the heartbreaking lyrics, the theme of the song is pretty powerful, and the emotional impact is strong, but I just don't care for the melody. Highlights, it's a low light. Pure Souls, On God, it's really sad that one of his most insane beats was wasted by being paired with a really lazy Kanye verse, where he just uses one boring flow without ever switching it up. Praise God, I still quite like it, though Baby Keem's verse could have been better. It begins very strong and great, but then his flows just get sloppier as it goes on, and he starts repeating lines and throwing in some filler lyrics. Use This Gospel, the chorus makes it one of the best on Jesus is King, but that's not a big achievement. Wolves, I love the production, though melodically, everyone here is just sort of singing the same vocal melody, and it kind of drags on for too long. The only sort of new melody we get is in Kanye's verse, but that verse is nothing special. All Mine, I love the flows, the high-pitched chorus, and the lyrics are funny. It's just the beat that drags the song down, as it is too boringly minimal. All of the Lights interlude, I wish it was longer. Celebration, this song has the most Tyler the Creator type beat even before Tyler was a thing. Big Brother, good song, it just hasn't aged that well. 30 Hours, I wish Andre had a rap verse here, but it's still good. God Is, Salah, I wish the rest of the album sounded like this. Heaven and Hell, one of the best produced songs on Donda. Keep My Spirit Alive, Ye's singing is actually pretty good. Jesus Lord, amazing verses, but it suffers from a few bad bars. My Way Home, it features a verse from Prime Common over a beat produced by Prime Kanye. Of course the song was going to be good. Hell of a Life, obviously not as amazing as Iron Man, but the song is still good and overhated hated. Good Night should have been the last song on the original graduation tracklist. We Can Make It Better, Diamonds from Sierra Leone, the remix is so much better. Crack Music, one of the most underrated songs from Late Registration. Yikes, the chorus is very similar to the one on Wolves, except the rest of the song has a much wider range of flows this time. The Glory, Late, also one of the most underrated songs from Late Registration. Drive Slow, also one of No Child Left Behind, one of his most beautiful album closers. Lost in the World, the song feels so massive and elegant. Kanye's Poem could have been better though. Blame Game, I love the Aphex Twin sampled beat and John Legend is a perfect fit over it, but while the skit at the end does tie in with the theme of the song, some part of me does think it changes the melancholic elegant vibe too unnecessarily. Still a great song though. Send It Up, it's just a villainous cold-blooded banger. Amazing. Father Stretch My Hands Part 1, one of the most defining rap anthems of 2016, though some part of me does feel like the song could have been even longer and better. Feedback, it's funny, hard-hitting, and one of the most underrated songs on the life of Pablo. Facts, Charlie Heat, the same compliments applies to this track as well. Paranoid, there are so many catchy vocal melodies that are put into this fun song. Bring Me Down, Never Let Me Down, Jonah, Rory and Lil Durk deliver some emotionally powerful performances here that tie in very well with the themes of the album. School Spirit, I love the sarcastic humor on this track. Jail, the fact that Jay-Z and Kanye have so many collaborations outside Watch the Throne that surpass most of the album only increases my disappointment in what the project could have been. This song is an example of that. Moon, never before has Don Toliver sounded this transcendent on a feature. Coldest Winter, it features one of the most passionate choruses on A Twist and Heartbreak, and given how intense it is, Ye's vocal performance is actually great. I'm surprised he's able to deliver vocals this powerful. Love Lockdown, one of the best produced songs on the album. I love the piano and marching drums. It's also one of the catchiest tunes on the album. No Mistakes, having Charlie Wilson and Kid Cudi sing together on a song is one of the best decisions Ye has ever made. All of the Lights, Bittersweet Poetry should have replaced Drunk and Hot Girls. Addiction, a part of me does find Kanye's upbeat, playful, sort of silly flows to not really match the hypnotic, jazzy and elegant vibes that the beat brings, but it's still a great song. Breathe In, Breathe Out, one of the funniest songs on the College Dropout. The raspy voice that Ludacris delivers on the hook complements the horn-laced beat so well. We Don't Care, one of his catchiest songs. Lord I Need You, Can't Tell Me Nothing. The braggadocious and confident attitude of this song is so infectious. It's funny to think that this was probably his most egotistical song at the time. Hurricane, this song arguably has Lil Baby's best featured verse. Welcome to Heartbreak, the soaring bridge is really what makes this song rank this high for me. Off the Grid, one of my favorite drill songs of this decade so far. Spaceship, songs like this really makes me miss how motivational and inspiring Kanye's music used to be. Slow Jams, I don't think there's a chorus on a Kanye song that brings me more joy than this one. Twister also killed it here. Stronger, another example of Kanye's immense creativity when it comes to sampling at this point in time. A much better execution of sampling Daft Punk than whatever the fuck happened on Drake's Circo Loco. Believe what I say, this song generates the most old school Kanye vibes on Donda, which is mainly why I love it so much. Homecoming, a rapper and Chris Martin collaborating on a song together, sounds like something that would not make sense at all on the surface, but Ye manages to make it work so effectively. Good Morning, FML, I love how intense Kanye gets in the second verse. I wish him and The Weeknd made more songs together. So Appalled, the beat is so villainous and menacing yet so rich and luxurious. It's like a mafia type beat. Heartless, one of Kanye's best choruses. Gone, I love the orchestral elements in the beat. This song deserves way more love than it gets. Gold Digger, yeah, it's overplayed, but Ye brings so many fun flows here. Monster, one of the best posse cuts in Ye's career. It's the outro and Nicki's verse that makes it rank this high. Wouldn't Leave, yeah, maybe the song hasn't aged well over the years due to the fact that it's about Kim staying by Ye's side. However, the overall sentiment of the song, thanking women who stay by their significant other's sides even when they go through struggles and make stupid decisions, and choosing to face those hardships together as a couple is really beautiful. The Party Next Door chorus gives me goosebumps every time I listen to it, and it's just a tear-jerking exploration of how deep love can be. Blood on the Leaves, the beat drop here is even better than the one on Father Stretch My Hands Part 1. Last Call, it's such a bright, bittersweet and inspiring song, and the fact that Ye sampled this specific song to tie in with the fact that he signed to Rockefeller is another example of his immense creativity at the time. Get 'em High, I love the hypnotic beat, and there are so many amazing and fun flows that all the rappers deliver in this song. 24, the theme of the song, which encourages people to break through internal struggles and all the difficulties in life, is lovely. The repetitiveness of the lines "God's not finished" and "We gonna be okay" makes the track even more uplifting and emotionally beautiful. I'm not even religious myself, but it's such a comforting reminder that life isn't going to suck forever, and is presented in a way that gives a sense of togetherness and community with the choir vocals and vocal layering. It's beautiful. The New Workout Plan, I see people trash on this song a lot, and I've never understood why. If you pay close attention to the production on this track, I think you'll have a greater appreciation of how incredibly detailed it is. The flows are playful and fun, they're reminiscent of old school Eminem. I love the refrain over that breakdown towards the end, and the lyrics are hilarious. The track as a whole is so entertaining and full of personality. Everything I Am, one of the most chilling beats that DJ Premier ever produced. When I listen to it, I just envision myself floating on a moon wearing pajamas, about to fall into a dream while staring at the stars. On Sight, one of the most insane Kanye songs ever, from the heavily distorted beat to Ye's unhinged lyrics, to the completely unexpected heavenly gospel sample in the middle of it all. The song goes through such a wild roller coaster in its brief runtime. Famous, probably the most Kanye song he has ever made, but it's really the outro that makes me love the song so much. To me, it has the most College Dropout vibes of any Kanye song released post College Dropout. Black Skinhead, probably the best drum beat out of any Kanye song. Come to Life, my favorite song from the non-deluxe version of Donda, from the emotional intensity of Kanye's performance to the elegant pianos and more. It is the closest thing Ye has ever done to replicate the same magic that Runaway created. Real Friends, a pretty depressing song backed by a chilling beat where Ye expresses annoyance and frustration, but also disappointment and anxiety over who is and who isn't a real friend, given the past betrayals he has experienced from fake friends. This theme sort of reminds me of MF Doom's Deep Fried Friends, but presented in a more melancholic way. Champion, one of my favorite songs on Graduation. I really enjoy how Ye plays so well with the sample, responding to it in the chorus, but the bridge is my favorite part of the whole song. 2 Words, I'm not really into the fact that all three rappers here pretty much use the same exact flows as each other in the verses, even though the bars they do spit are amazing. However, it's the mind-blowing instrumental that makes me love this song so much. It's massive, grand, and sounds so expensive, and then that violin outro is one of the greatest moments on the College Dropout. If I were to ever make a top 10 list of the best Kanye beats of all time, 2 Words would most likely be in the top 5. New Slaves, it features one of Kanye's best outros. It makes me feel like I'm floating. Touch the Sky, I have some bias towards this song as Move On Up is one of my favorite songs of the 70s, but it's Lupe Fiasco's verse that also pushes this song into the top 25. Diamonds from Sierra Leone remix, it's funny how much better a song can get just by changing the verses. Arguably the best song that Jay-Z and Kanye have ever made together. Streetlights, easily my favorite song from 808 and Heartbreak. I love how even more beautiful the song gets in the second half, with the breathy background vocals getting added. I wish he made more songs like this. Dark Fantasy, one of the best album openers in Ye's entire catalogue. Some of the bars he delivers in the verses are prime examples of how great of a lyricist he can be. Ultralight Beam, Chance the Rapper's verse is obviously great, probably his best feature ever, but Kelly Price deserves the flowers too. Violent Crimes, one of my favorite Kanye verses ever, even though it was ghostwritten. It's a really gut-wrenching expression of the anxiety of constantly trying to protect your daughter from getting herself into dangerous situations. By that same token, it is also a really heartwarming expression of how loving a man can be when he has a daughter. No More Parties in LA, we really should be more thankful that a song featuring 2 verses from Kanye and Kendrick over a Madlib beat exists. Heard him say, probably the greatest song that Adam Levine has ever touched. I love the melancholic piano loop and I deeply miss when Ye used to spit verses like this. Life of the party. This song is like the No More Parties in LA of Donda, with Kanye spitting a long verse alongside a widely beloved rapper over a sampled based beat. This time though, I don't think Ye is anywhere near the same level as the featured guest, in this case Andre 3000. The reason I placed this higher than No More Parties in LA is because not only do I think Andre's verse here is better than both Kendrick's and Kanye's on No More Parties in LA, but honestly, it's one of my favorite verses of this entire decade. If Ye had delivered a verse close to the same level as Andre's, this song would definitely be in the top 10. Hey Mama, one of the saddest songs in Kanye's entire catalogue, which is depressing to think about, especially since when this song came out, it would have been considered one of the happiest in his entire catalogue. It's a really wholesome song where Ye spills out all his thank yous and love for his mother, backed by a lovely beat. The song hits even harder now given her passing. Ghost Town, a multifaceted song that features one of Kanye's best singing performances, as well as a freeing outro that is really what makes this song so special to me. Power, it's just another example of how innovative Kanye was as a producer. I wonder, I do admit that the fact this song has been so overplayed has made me grow a bit tired of it, but it's still magical. Re Major, it features possibly my favorite beat on Late Registration. Nas's verse is insane too. Bound to, easily my favorite song on Yeezus. The sampling is mind-blowing and Charlie Wilson delivers by far the best feature on the entire album here too. Roses, one of the saddest songs in Ye's catalogue as it's about the worrying situation surrounding his grandmother's near-death experience. The compelling verses, the slow and gloomy beat, and the amazing encouraging chorus all come together to create my favorite song on Late Registration. Gorgeous, this song means a lot to me as I've been rinsing it for nearly half my life now and I just never get tired of it. The opening verse is stacked with some of the greatest lyrics Kanye has ever written, honestly one of his best verses ever in my opinion, and the Kid Cudi chorus is so addictive. I also think it's the best Kid Cudi and Ye song ever. I would choose it over any song from Kids See Ghosts and I love Kids See Ghosts. All Falls Down, this song also features some of Ye's greatest verses ever, where he not only showcases his hilarious sense of humor with witty lines like couldn't afford a car so she named her daughter Alexis, but also provides thought-provoking commentary on consumerism and the insecure mindset of constantly trying to buy things just to avoid being judged by others. Ye even delivers lines on the justice system that are still relevant today in the opening lines of the third verse. There's also the creative use of the Lauryn Hill interpolation in the chorus, chopped up and appearing throughout the verses in the background, which only makes the track even better. Saint Pablo, like the previous 2 tracks, this song also has amazing verses from Ye. This time it's more lyrically personal towards himself and the stuff he was going through at the time, rather than a commentary on society like the previous 2 songs was. It's more so his performance on the mic that makes me so engaged with his verses, as he is rapping each personal line so passionately that there are multiple points where his voice breaks. You can really feel the pain in his dip. You can really feel his emotions as he spits each line, and it's a very long set of verses here too, so he's just rapping passionately on and on and on. However, it is Sampha that is the best part of the song for me. He delivers his best chorus feature and the verse he brings in towards the end is even better. Yeah, this is the best album closer in Ye's entire discography. Flashing Lights, the most groundbreaking song on Graduation, is such an innovative fusion of rap and electronic music. There isn't a rap song out there that sounds quite like this one. It's so futuristic and ahead of its time, and I truly believe it has the best beat on Graduation. It makes me feel like I'm inside a futuristic neon lit retro city. If Yeat's 2093 album made me feel like I was in the year 2093, then this song makes me feel like I'm in the year 3093. Family Business, one of Kanye's most heartwarming songs, with him rapping personally about his family, childhood memories, spending time with his loved ones and his cousin. It evokes so many nostalgic vibes, and the song as a whole feels like receiving a warm hug. Devil in a New Dress, I've said this before, but I truly believe this song features one of the greatest rap beats of the 2010s. I mean, the vocal sample was already heavenly enough, but when Mike Dean brings in that guitar solo, the production just becomes even more mind-blowing from then on. As for what Ye and Rick Ross do on top of it, there really couldn't be a more perfect fit over this grandiose billion-dollar type beat. Rick Ross delivers what I not only think is the best feature on the entire album, but also one of the best verses of the 2010s. Jesus Walks, it was really like Kanye's Power before Power even existed, with the oh vocal samples. The beat is so detailed and layered in a way that feels like a march. It's one of the best he's ever produced, and then the amazing religious verses about his faith in Jesus and so on go hand in hand with the holy instrumental. Through the Wire, this is likely my favorite Chipmunk soul song in hip-hop history. As you all know, this song was made following the near-death event of a car crash he experienced, and as a result, rapping with his mouth wired shut, he ended up making one of the best rap songs of all time. Ye's flows on here are so bouncy and catchy, and the second verse feels so triumphant and inspirational, especially in his last two lines. The song really expresses everything that explains why people miss the old Kanye so much. The 10 out of 10 beat, the genius use of sampling, the amazing flows, the feel-good and happy energy, a personality that's actually likable, inspiring lyrics. It has it all. Runaway. I know it's the most boring and cliche choice to say Runaway is Kanye's best song, but I truly think it is. The first piano note alone is so iconic that it shakes entire stadiums when played. The song is so progressive and has self-aware themes of Ye literally telling this girl to run away from him as he is aware of how terrible a person he is. I also think it features the best chorus that Ye has ever laid to tape, and then the outro where the effects on the vocals make them sound almost like an electric guitar, where you don't even understand what he's saying, extends upon these themes of feeling like no one truly understands him in a pretty genius way. Part of what makes this song so mind-blowing and amazing in Ye's catalogue is that he doesn't really have another song out there that sounds similar to it. Subscribe, like, and if you want to see how I would rank his albums, click here.